Hey folks, this clip is brought to you by Farm Bureau Health Plans. For better coverage, better rates, and better service, go to fbhp.com/ATOZ. That is Farm Bureau Health Plans. Now, with recruiting, the genesis of this NCAA talk, the thing that caused all of this to happen, college football recruiting. Josh Heupel is doing a pretty nice job so far on the recruiting trail. But there's a wide receiver named Mike Matthews, who is a 5-star, who has been in play with Tennessee for quite a while now, had a number of visits to Tennessee. And now, just in the last little bit here, I don't know exactly when it came out, but I saw it today. Steve Wiltfong, recruiting analyst at 247, if I'm thinking correctly, dropped a crystal ball for Mike Matthews to come to the University of Tennessee. And then Mike Matthews also announced that he will be announcing Friday, I think, Friday of this week. Is that
or it was July 19th.
19th. That's Wednesday. Sorry.
Yeah.
So July 19th. And so I always say it. Those recruiting directors and those analysts, they do not say that stuff for no reason. And they also don't say that stuff with a big chance that they might be wrong. Oftentimes, this player has told the staff of the school he's going to commit to that he's going to commit, has told these recruiting guys that he's going to commit to that certain school, maybe has filmed a video, the school is preparing content for when, or the school can't announce his commitment like that, but like people around this kid are putting together content for his commitment. A lot of that stuff happens, and these recruiting analysts get wind of that, or the kid tells them directly. And so I see still Steve Wiltfong making this prediction, and it really makes me think Tennessee is about to get the biggest recruit of this class so far. This could be huge, Zach.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it's trending that way. In fact, it's trending so hard that way that if they don't land him, it's one of those deals where, yeah, Tennessee can develop wide receivers under Josh Heupel. We've seen that, but this is an elite level future NFL, first round type of talent. I mean, that is what you're getting if you get Mike Matthews. And Tennessee hasn't really had that necessarily yet since Heupel's been there. You can maybe put Jalen Hyatt in that category, but I think Mike Matthews is a more complete receiver, and no shade to Hyatt in any way. But even coming out of high school, this is, he's a top 5, in the nation recruit, I think, overall. I mean, this is exactly the type of player that Tennessee has to start landing if they're going to compete for national championships and go up against Georgia and Alabama and all these programs, USC, Ohio State. You have to have elite talent. I mean, you have to have not just elite, but you got to have a guy that at times is the best player on the field to win a championship. And Matthews is that type of guy. And you combine that with Tennessee's style of offense under Josh Heupel and the way they're able to get the most out of their wide receivers. It's really exciting to think about. So hopefully, it comes through. Wiltfong's right. Matthews commits to Tennessee like it looks like it's trending. It'd be a really, disappointing if it doesn't happen. Seems like it is. Fingers crossed. You never know with recruiting. Multiple videos could have been filmed. Multiple articles could have been written. Maybe he's telling somebody else something else. You never really know. Sometimes these guys like to kind of play tricks and keep everybody guessing. I think we saw that recently with Wiltfong made a crystal ball prediction for somebody and had to take it down because they didn't kind of want that out there yet. Because like you said, I mean, it's the biggest sign that you can give when there's like 4 or 5 of these national recruiting guys for all these companies from On3 and 24/7 and Rivals. One of those guys puts that out there, they're putting their whole reputation at stake. So they're not going to do it unless they're pretty sure that they're going to be right. So it's a good sign for Tennessee, but until he commits, until he signs, I'm always kind of leery.
Exactly. 100% agree on all of that. Lilburn, Georgia is where Mike Matthews comes from. It looks like on the On3, the consensus. So he's a 5-star everywhere except On3, actually. That's interesting.
Really?
Yeah. He's a 98 on 247, 91 on ESPN, a 6.1 on Rivals. Not sure the scale there on Rivals, but a 96 on On3, which I guess makes him a 4-star. You got to be really highly rated on On3 to get a 5-star. But according to the recruiting prediction machine, an 87% chance he goes to Tennessee. The next highest is Clemson at 5%. So I think they feel pretty strongly that he's going to go to Tennessee too. As you said, this stuff can get weird, and you never know with these kids. But I would ask you this in light of the conversation that we just had: if Jeremy Pruitt was still the coach at Tennessee, how much money would he give to Mike Matthews and a Chick-fil-A bag? You think?
Probably
What, 500
300,
bucks?
maybe 500, 300, 500. I mean,
500
750 to
steep.
Darnell Washington, one of the best, tight ends we've seen in quite some time in college. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he would be given 20 grand out there. He just gave him some money so he could get to Athens from Knoxville, apparently.
Yeah, you can definitely tell a difference. Heupel giving out allegedly, reportedly, $8 million, but Pruitt said, "Here's a parking voucher. Have a good night."
Parking is tough.
Farm Bureau Health Plans has been serving Tennesseans for over 75 years, and much has changed in Tennessee over the years, but some has stayed the same. Farm Bureau Health Plans has always valued personal relationships, especially when it comes to good health and good service. Plan on Farm Bureau Health Plans for health, dental, and vision. For better coverage, better rates, and better service, go to fbhp.com/ATOZ or walk into one of their 200 plus locations across the state of Tennessee. That is fbhp.com/ATOZ. Farm Bureau Health Plans. It's downtown
On campus.
Knoxville.
Yeah.
It gets dicey, especially on campus. Don't even get me started on campus. It's a horrendous parking situation.
This is like a side note, but we went to the Baseball Hall of Fame up here yesterday, and there's a parking lot there. It's a nice little town, quaint, very cool. Found a parking lot, and there's a stand, and it says, park here, honor system. You put $15 in an envelope, write your license plate number on the envelope, and you put it in a drop box. It's like, okay, I'll do that. I'm visiting your town. I'll put the $15 in the envelope. We go eat lunch, check out the Hall of Fame, come back maybe 3.5 hours later. There's a parking citation on the vehicle. So
what?
Yep. I don't know where we went wrong or if it's a scam or what. I mean, it's a whole little shack thing, like a permanent structure. It wasn't a temporary deal. I mean, it's something that is in this parking lot at all times. So it's, got to pay it though. So
you got.
Could have used a parking voucher from Jeremy Pruitt.
Clearly.
He was up in New York, I think in 2021 with the Giants. So
you just missed
some connections. Yeah.
Oh man. But that is beside the point. Yeah, Jordan Estrada says that Wilt Fong did I believe the wrong prediction for Russell.
Oh, Braylon. I think that was the right prediction. I believe. Right?
Oh, was it?
It was the one that he had to.
Sorry.
Right?
No, he took it down early.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm surprised more recruits don't do that because the whole point of having an announcement is to kind of surprise everybody and build up this big moment. If everybody knows where you're going, not as much hype around it. So I'm surprised that Mike Matthews and whoever else that they, aren't more careful about that or tell them, hey, could you please not put that out there? I could see how that could get dicey.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many. When you're a recruit, there's so many of those guys, and every single one of them is trying to get in your ear and trying to get a quote from you, trying to see where you're going, what you're doing. So that's probably got to be tough. But yeah, I could definitely imagine those guys being like, "Hey, could you just not do that? That would be so annoying." But that's that for the recruiting piece for this week.
We
also
got
Edwin Spillman on. Yeah,
that's Friday.
Yes, that's what it was. That is Friday. And that's another. I mean, it could be a really big recruiting week for Tennessee. If you got Matthews on Wednesday, Spillman, I think the consensus on him is Tennessee too. I think a lot of people really think he's leaning Tennessee, which is really great. So hey,
his brother's at Tennessee, right?
Yes.
So I think that seems pretty likely.
I know. I'm not sure how many services, but I want to say on at least one of the services, Spillman is the number one player from the state of Tennessee. So yeah, I mean that would be a huge pickup. Hopefully all of that happens again after SEC Media Days. Zach and I, we will, I think at that point when we do that, after Heupel speaks at SEC Media Days and the guys that are going to be there from the team, we'll know about Mike Matthews at that point. I don't think we won't know about Spillman because it would be Thursday, but
right.
Look out for that on maybe it'll probably post on Friday, but we're going to record a quick thing about everything that happens at SEC Media Day. So look out for that on the A to Z Sports Nashville YouTube channel.